Hey. Perfect title. Get my chat set up.
Turn me in for the bounty, or vultures are circling around me. Would you die by my side?
It lives! I can't hear the music myself, but I'm assuming that it is some proper knee-slapping good yeehaw songs. Are we actually live? I don't see this live. Oh, oh yeah, it is. It is me. Cool. Excellent. Cannot hear Eric. What? No way.
Hello? Is this it?
All right.
Hello? Hello, hello, hello. I think it's good. Yeah.
We're gonna go with it. Good. They can now hear you. Perfect.
Good.
Perfect. We'll give folks a minute or two to come stumbling in. How's everybody's Friday doing? Excited for the weekend? I know I am.
Are you ready for the weekend?
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be nice weather this weekend. Finally, the spring is here.
Good.
You can tell that there's all this natural light coming through.
You can also see with me, it's natural sunlight. Let me praise the sun. Good.
Praise the sun, yes. Little Dark Souls reference.
It is the worst game mode from Dark Souls.
Oh, I love Dark Souls. What I love about it most is when you died not because of a skill issue, but because of some obnoxious glitch or bug or something like that. And that's so good. Lose 20,000 souls just like that.
The best part is, in a boss arena, right? Almost killed the boss, and then you're just rolling, and you just roll out of the arena and die. You know, you fall off a cliff or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible. Let me finish this tweet so everybody on Twitter also knows.
Do people still use Twitter? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I also cannot do it. Let's keep it a secret stream. I'm using the headset mic. I'm using the headset. Oh, maybe. Let me check what mic I'm actually using. Oh my god. So well prepared.
It wouldn't be a Wooting stream without a proper amount of jank, right?
Yes. Oh, I think I'm using the webcam. Oh.
So I see that we've already got a couple of questions coming in the chat. Feel free to continue dropping them. We do have a few short topics to talk about before we get to questions, but we'll certainly have some opportunity later to answer some of your most pressing concerns.
Here we go. Perfect.
Or not answer them, depending on what the concern is. Secrets.
Good. Now the better mic is here, right? Good. Now everybody can hear me in full glory 4K.
Nice. Very good. Very good. All right. So what do we want to start with then, Eric? Shall we start with the fact that all of our keyboard products are in stock everywhere in the world?
Yes, but everybody knew that
All
because of the
layouts?
title, right?
Well, yeah, but that. So if you're coming here for stock tips, the tip is to buy Wooting keyboards.
Stock.
That's right.
Yes.
Line goes up.
Yeah, I think this is it's a milestone, right? It's an unicum. There's this everything, all the stars aligned, and everything is now in stock. So if you whatever keyboard layout model version you want, you can just go to the website, order it, and have it in your house as soon as possible. But don't
indeed.
purchase too much modules from the ATG ANSI because there we don't have that much stock from. So leave if
Yeah,
you,
particularly in the US, there's like 80 or so left to purchase, and then those are going to be gone until the next batch arrives, and it is already on the ocean, if I recall correctly, the next batch. So it won't be too long when they do fall back out of stock, but we do have at least a handful of inventory available.
it's fantastic. I mean, we should celebrate it. We should make a tweet about it. Get yours today. Stonks. No, but this is
As soon as that tweet goes out, then they're gone.
no. I think we've now. I mean, it's not coming out of the blue, right? It's been slowly growing the last couple of months, and we're becoming more confident. We have better people who can, I guess, do forecasting, right? And we become more confident in what we're doing in sales numbers. So it's so that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's also a dance at this point with so we have 15 different SKUs of the ADHE. So trying to make sure that we have all of those different products in stock with the right amount and not buying a whole bunch of extra pre-built like smoky black ISOs, for example, that nobody buys ISO keyboards, so we don't want to have a whole ton of those. But then at the same time, making sure that we've got lots of ANSI USs in the different pre-built versions. The only exception, I guess, to this would be the white zinc, but those aren't able to be purchased on the storefront at the moment anyway. So everything that is on the storefront is in stock, at least for a little while. And most of the keyboard products will stay in stock. So the Wooting 2HE, the Wooting 60HE, both of those across the world are very much so in stock and will stay in stock. The ADHE, a couple of different versions. So the module in particular, ANSI US modules, those will probably fall back out of stock into a back order status over the next week or two. And then, more inventory will arrive. But the pre-built black plastic versions and the pre-built black zinc versions, those will expected to stay in stock for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah. I mean, there's already a checkmate, right? What about Optimum?
Well, yeah, I did say keyboards. The Optimum case is not a keyboard; it is a case.
That's true.
So there are some accessories that are not in stock. An example of that is white wrist rest for the 60HE in the EU. We've got a sea freight shipment of those that was supposed to deliver like 25 days ago, and it still hasn't shown up at the warehouse. So it's currently sitting on a boat outside of the port of Rotterdam, just kind of sitting there, not doing anything, waiting for its turn to get unloaded. That is a growing trend with sea freight, that it just takes forever.
Hallelujah. Thanks, Poseidon. Or whoever is the keeper of the ocean these days.
Yeah, it's more about all this uncertainty of the Red Sea and geopolitical shenanigans, boats going all around the Horn of Africa instead.
Thanks, Poseidon.
Unfortunately, with how those things are developing in the last couple of days, it does not seem to be changing anytime soon. The Red Sea will probably stay closed for the foreseeable future, at least for container ships, from insurance premium standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, not that many captains, right, want to take a risk and go through it. And
well, it's not about the mariners who are or are not willing to take the risk. They'll do it if you pay them for it. But it's about the insurance premiums. If you have a boat with $100 million worth of cargo and they're going to charge 5% insurance risk instead of 0.5%, well, that's a whole heck of a lot of money that they need to charge extra.
That's true. We need keyboard smugglers for the Red Sea. Who wants to volunteer? we can drop him off and then pick him up at Malta again if needed. No worries.
There you go.
Okay, good. Let's.
But for that, we do use a lot of air freight for keyboards to get to the EU for exactly that reason.
So let's go through some remarks and questions. I spilled apple juice on my Wooting keyboard a few days ago, and it still works. W Wooting. I mean, we it took us years to make like the perfect coating to make it apple juice resistant. So yeah, but make sure to clean out your switches because they will probably gonna stick over.
Take the keyboard apart and clean the PCBA though, because if you've got apple juice, it's got a whole bunch of sugar in it. That sugar is going to do a lot of damage to the PCBA over time if you let that sit there. So take some isopropyl alcohol. Very gently clean the PCBA and then let it dry. Make sure to not plug it in for at least a day after you've cleaned it. Definitely take care of it because accidental spills like that are not covered by warranty. So if you do leave it to rot and to fester, then that may become an issue even if it isn't one now. And then indeed the switches are going to be potentially a little bit sticky.
Exactly.
Got sticky apple juice in it.
So,
but we do have a YouTube video about how to clean your keyboard. Take a look at that, and then definitely take it apart and do so.
Good. And I see a question about Owlab, how it leaked a flex cut for the 6-stage E. We have Owlab in our agenda, so we'll get to all Owlab things, and I'll discuss about anything about flex cuts. There's not a plan to make a zinc alloy for the 6-stage E. Too bad. It's exclusive for the 8-stage E for the time being. And yes, in stock actually means in stock our keyboard. So if you order it today, we ship from the warehouse. No pre-order, not on a boat, no false promises. It's like if you order a keyboard from us, we'll ship it out probably on Monday because nobody works in the weekend.
Well, not in the EU they don't, but in the US they like to make them sweat for it. So and then it got all day today still for US. It is first thing in the morning there.
Curious what Wooting has over the Venom PCBs. I mean, our PCBs look nicer, right? Like nice images and stuff on it. Yeah.
There's a picture of download every single ADHE PCBA.
I think there was a. I mean, I'm of course biased, right? And I think Wooting is the better choice. It's more stable, more sustainable, more longevity, better warranty, better everything. But don't trust me. I mean, there are some videos out there that compare the Venom PCBA with our keyboards, and just trust reviewers instead of me. And both things have the pros and cons, and it's up to you to make the best decision. But if you want a verdict right now, I would say Wooting is better. But yeah, do your own research.
And I'll lean into that a little bit more because the biggest difference, there are a lot of minor differences in preference and feeling and in minute details, but there is a very significant difference, which is the warranty. Gion has a 14-day warranty.
14? No.
14-day,
no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you have to, before you install any switches on it, you have to run the test to ensure that everything functions on delivery. It is not a very consumer friendly product as far as like newbie friendly. So the daughter board is another one. You have to break the daughter board out of whatever thing that it's sat in order to install it. So there's individuals for whom this is not a big concern, that they know what they're doing, they understand how to test things, they're aware of how they can make sure that things work correctly. But if you are a person who is not very deep into the rabbit hole of keyboards, then the Venom PCBA it's not the right fit for you. But Gion does make really good products. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that by any means. We're actually selling Gion raw switches on our storefront right now. They're a good company to work with. But that thing on warranty, that really does make a huge difference.
I can imagine it's 14 days, right? I mean, I think isn't it in the EU, like for consumer electronics, for a certain value that you have to at least have 2 years or something?
So only if the person or the group selling it is selling it in the EU itself. So if you as an EU resident are choosing to import this product, then you don't get those protections. Now, there might be a case where you could argue as a consumer that this should apply, and perhaps then this is a risk to Gion of this not being upheld in court. But as it as it is at the moment, you do not get the 2-year electronics warranty for that. It's the same, for example, if you buy things off of AliExpress, you're not going to get a 2-year warranty for that either. It's the same kind of concept.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, okay. So let's say you buy all the Venom pieces and parts. I think it's a little bit more expensive than a Wooting, but apparently less warranty.
Yeah, you also get with it. You don't get all the a switch plate with it. Those kinds of, you might get a switch plate. I'm actually not sure on that. Don't quote me on that one. But you definitely don't get a USB cable with it and those other types of accessories. So
yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good. And the only thing I always say when I compare them to the Venom PCBA is, and some other old fact things there, some of these boast like ludicrous, ridiculous specs, which is fine, right? I mean, sometimes higher and better is faster and stronger, right? But I think at some point it can also be a little bit too sensitive, and you get like false positives or just triggering on their own, or it being too sensitive. At least, you know, we have a feeling that we have a nice balance struck between everything, and yeah, but definitely, you know, check out reviews, and that's okay. Good. Enough talk about other products. The next thing on the list is Owlab, actually. Oh no.
yeah, more talk about other products, but these are our other products.
Yeah, okay, let me quickly go through the chat here if anybody has something about the Venom, the import responsibility.
There's a question here from Commander GS1. Is there a discount code or not? My answer to that is always you can use the code Discord discount, and that will get you 0% off of your order.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's been used hundreds of times on our storefront.
Oh, that's nice.
I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Interesting. Yeah, no. So we don't do discounts. I mean, we discounted the Uwu's ones and some other products. And if you purchase products together, you get a discount. Or if you ever purchase 60 or 80, then in the hub, you can find like, I don't even know how it's called, rewards, where you can also find discount codes for certain products and things, sometimes cables or accessories. But you don't have like, oh, sign up for this newsletter, get this epic discount thing. No.
Indeed. And our philosophy is that the products that we sell have a value for what they are. And it's not in our benefit, nor is it in the benefit really of the customer to be sitting there waiting to purchase until some arbitrary discount comes along. We had this question quite a bit around the Black Friday time period. And there's a live stream out there that Calder did that he goes into a very spirited conversation about his opinion on discounts, and what it boils down to is that we saw over the month of November that the sales were declining as people were waiting for a Black Friday moment when they would hope for or expect a substantial discount on our keyboard products. And then that discount did not happen. And what we saw is that all of those missing sales, we'll call them, from the month of November, they placed their orders anyway at the price without the discount. So if that is a known fact, why would we choose to sell our products at a lesser price if people are going to pay the full price for it anyway? And that is something that e-commerce in general struggles with. And a lot of companies like to run constant discounts or these time-based things that if you order in the next 5 minutes, then you'll get 10% off, and then you wait 5 minutes and that kind of resets, and it's like, if you order in the next 5 minutes, you'll get 10% off. Well, that doesn't seem very, very straightforward to me. So we price our products at the value that we think they are, and if we decide that the product isn't moving or performing as quickly as it is, or as we would want it to, then we may adjust that pricing. But we're going to do so for all products for the that period. So we did so with the Uwu. We reduced the price of the Uwu 3-4 months ago now, I think it was, and that wasn't a discount. That was just the pricing has been changed, and it is going to be this way for the foreseeable future.
Well said. Okay, good. Should we? Maybe if you use the discount code, you should add 10% more to your order. That would be funny.
We tried that. Shopify won't let you have a negative discount. It will not let you. They block it completely to increase the price of an order, which is a shame because we would definitely do like a Separated Mango here has said a Discord increase. If Shopify would let us, we would try it.
Yeah, it would be funny. Okay. Anyway, so Owlab. Owlab, if you Google it, Owlab X Wooting OW60, you can find some images and even some videos from some Chinese influencers. For everybody who doesn't know, Owlab is a keyboard enthusiast company where they sell parts and everything for more the higher end keyboards and the higher end enthusiast market. They have some amazing, cool cases, a lot of collaborations, and I think the last year, maybe not a whole year, we even collaborating with them to create a case together, and I would say 95% of that case is just they're doing their design philosophy, but it was made with, okay, how can we use the 60HE or 60G Plus, that technology, and put it in a high-end mechanical keyboard case with all the goodies and things that come with it. And
whistles.
Hmm?
The bells and whistles.
The bells and whistles, exactly. And I think we've now reached a point where we have them in stock soonish. A few, not that many, just a few hundred.
Soon TM.
Soon DM, yeah. So they're quite enthusiastic, right? And sometimes we do some last minute changes, and that will just delay the project a little bit more. So that's why we haven't announced it really big or do like a big pre-order thing or something. So we're waiting until we have them in stock, and then we start selling them. The first batch and the second batch a little bit bigger. And I think what's very cool, I don't have the Owlab here, but I think last stream Sander showed it, or the stream before, and like I mentioned, you can also find it on YouTube, some videos about it. But I think what's very cool is that it's sort of a kit. It doesn't come with switches or keycaps, just like the case, with a lot of foams and different things and a gummy O-ring mount. And the only thing what you need is a 60HE PCBA, and you just plug it in there, install it, a lot of things you have to install, and then you end up with a very unique case. It also has a unique mechanism where sort of the whole keyboard can flex, but you can change the stiffness of the flex by a slider on the bottom, which is very cool. And everybody who's familiar with Owlab, most of these Owlab keyboards have this distinct foggy, marbly sound, let's say. I would say like a very deeper fog. And this is something also achieved with the 60G PCBAs. That's very cool. And then early in the stream, somebody said something leaked with, what was it again? Flex cuts.
Yeah, flex cut for who was it? Jacob had said it. Yeah, flex cut for the 60HE module. I don't actually know exactly what he means with that.
No, so a flex cut is if you have, for example, a switch plate. And I think you see it often with FF4 plates or FF plates where they sort of cut the plates at certain things at groove, so it sort of flexes. The whole plate can flex, and sometimes you even have it on PCBAs that also have flex cut that can flex. But as far as I know, and I'm quite certain about this, at least I know it 100%, is that the Owlab case, or we don't have any flex cuts in the plate. No, because if you look at the tech specs, it says it comes with a carbon fiber switch plate. So I don't think it doesn't have flex cuts. So I don't know where this leak comes from, but it's not from us. I mean, there are third-party plate makers out there. There are third-party switch plates out there for the 60HE that have flex cut that you can purchase, but we don't have it officially or whatever. No. And the Owlab case, the Wooting Owlab case, also doesn't come with a flex cut.
I'm very excited for it, though. It is a beautiful case. It does have a very specific aesthetic, but one that I vibe with. I think it's very interesting to look at, and I can't wait to get my fingers on it. I've not had any opportunity to touch it and play around with it and see how it feels, but I am very interested in that. So I probably won't buy in the very first batch that comes available. I think that it's a small enough number of units that would want the broader public to have first dibs on it, but I'll definitely be trying out at some point, for sure.
Can I add a image to the stream? Is that smart? No, I cannot. How do we do this? Media file.
Here's the moment when things accidentally get displayed that should never have been.
No. I never leak anything, I think. Do I? Here we go. Whoa! It's
Not
a massive.
intentionally,
It's a
but-
massive image. Here we go. Whew, I need to make it smaller. It's coming right over us, Mark. Are you ready?
Enhance.
Enhance. Zoom in. Zoom out. So this is the bottom side of the. So it will come in two colors: a black version, that's this one, and a beige version, and this is upside down. And here you can see like a big opening gap. This is actually the flexing part that can flex. And here is a slider that you can toggle and move to change the stiffness. And it all contributes to a nice, nice softer typing experience, a nice landing, I guess. Here's an image of the back. This is how it looks on the back. It's quite nice. It's a excellent case.
It kind of looks like the Ohio State University logo.
You think so? Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is the other color. This is the beige one. As you can see, there's less red. It's more beige. Can I show the inside? Do we have an image here? Oh, no. Oh, I shouldn't share this one. Oh, God, we mad if I share this image. Oh. And this is the inside, the case itself. And it consists of a lot of layers and foam things. And let me quickly download this image. Does this work? I think this is an image Kang actually made. So this is sort of
these
the.
these are actual pictures, right?
here you
These are
go.
not renders.
No.
Hello.
So this is actually a render. But here you can see the all the. Oh, it's really, this is a very bad image to to show. But here you can see all the different parts that come with the keyboard. So you have the plate, a gummy O-ring mount, some foam for around the switches. There is also like a PET film, I think, between the PCBA and the switches, and that's actually very crucial for this iconic Owlab sound. And then even more foam in between or beneath, and then the case itself consists of multiple parts and things, and yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. But
This is a product that exceeds the premium and into the luxury type of product. So it's going to be very interesting for us to see how this performs in general in the market. I think that there's a lot of interest for it, but we'll have to wait and see what interest turns into opening up the wallet for it.
Yeah. There will be some. Sander's working on some guides as well, because it is. It's not difficult to assemble or build together, but it's also not so straightforward. It's complicated. So there are certain steps you have to go through, and there are certain parts that need to go at specific places. So it is quite, It's not like, oh, here you have a alumaze, a piece of foam, and a 6HE module. No, it's a little bit more elaborated than that. You also, if you have a module, you also need to take the whole module apart. So you only need the PCBA and some and the stabilizers, but the plate and the foam in between, you don't need it.
And question for you, Eric: is this going to come pre-assembled, or is this going to come as just the case and you get a module separately?
It's just the case, and you don't even have to purchase it together with a module. So you can actually use whatever 6HE you currently have, or you purchase a separate module with it. And
Nice.
Also doesn't come with switches, also doesn't come with keycaps, and whatever you think it's gonna cost, it's more expensive than that. But more information in the next few weeks. Like we're just waiting until we have it in stock, and then we'll have a website online, and that's when it has all the information, everything.
So we expect somewhere then in the month of April that it'll be available for purchase, and then ship out to folks. And we do expect that the demand for the first units will exceed what is going to be immediately available in this first delivery. So what that is going to look like, how exactly we open that up for sales, is going to be a little bit up in the air yet. But we do intend to certainly on Discord. That was going to be one of the first places that it'll be made known that it exists. So if you're interested, keep an eye on the Discord.
Good. And now, next topic. If you have
Next topic. Yeah, that's come to see Wooting. Where in the world is Wooting going to be over the next couple of months? But there's going to be a couple of events that we are going to be at physically, whether we have a booth or just kind of wandering around. So we're going to be at Computex. That's an exciting one. And I'm going to be there myself personally. I'm very much so looking forward to getting back to Taiwan and hanging out with the team there, and also getting to experience everything that is Computex. Maybe we'll see some of the media greats running around doing their thing, the Gamers Nexus and the LTTs of the world. That would be exciting. And then where else are we going to be, Eric?
At a Sea Frontier event this April in China. I think I don't know exactly where, and to be honest, I don't know anything about this event. It's just like Carla told me between a meeting. He just blurted out, but apparently we are at a Sea Frontier event as well. I think quite similar to where we were half a year ago or last summer. That was in Shanghai? I don't know. Maybe. Could be. Not sure.
A YouTube video, or there was a live stream that we did, or that Thunder did, walking around as a Z Frontier event. Was that though?
Yeah, that was that event.
Same event.
Yeah, that was the same event. So it's more also like it's like tech focused, but then Z Frontier is like a big keyboard area there. So there will be some Chinese keyboard vendors as well, and some. And we think that's fantastic. So there you can check us out. I think Computex, you shouldn't. Computex for us, it's very big, right? It's something we almost have done every year, whether we hijacked the booth from our manufacturers or just had our own booth there. Last year we actually had our own real booth, our big boy booth with a booth build and whole custom design, whatever, and we showcased various things there, which was fantastic. And this year, I think we're going a little bit bigger. I think the booth is bigger than last year. It's also a little bit more. It's in a better spot. I think it's open from 3 sides, right? It's 3 sides open. We have more fun things to do, but then again, still Computex. It's still more B2B focused. There's also So for us, it's more like, hey, let's talk with new vendors, let people meet us, and let some press come over. And then there's one day that's more for end consumers, and and this is in Taipei Computex. That's fantastic, and it's end of May. Yeah, and definitely we'll have a live stream from Computex.
Really? Does that line up with the bi-weekly live streams?
I don't know.
The 4th, the 18th, and the 2nd.
But it's still.
No, it is an off week. But hey, maybe we can do a special one anyway.
Special live stream. I mean, some will probably be there, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah. So
there's a whole list of people going from Wooting, and I'm pretty sure the Sunder's on that list.
Yeah. So that's quite exciting. And then the next event, we'll probably also hang out at COE. It's an Aussie event in the Netherlands. I haven't talked with the organizer yet, but if there's the opportunity, we'll definitely go there. We have a lot of. It's very interesting. A lot of people who recently started working with Wooting are Oz players, big Oz fans, and it's it's fantastic.
And so people who haven't quite started yet, but might in the very near future as well. That can't tell me. Can't say anything about that yet.
It's maybe that would be a very good April Fool's joke, though.
Oh,
that's actually quite smart. Okay. Anyway, okay, good. So, and the next event is something I'm really excited for. Gamescom. We'll be attending Gamescom this year. Yeah, we finally had enough money to purchase a booth. It won't be
expensive, aren't they? Man, I saw the pricing on that. It is wild what they charge for that
compared to Computex. Yes, but to be honest, it's also less than I would expect. I think they could probably ask more, and I would still do it. So that's quite good.
Don't tell them.
No, don't tell them. Yeah. No, so Gamescom, it's very funny. So last year I went there with Max, Raquel, me, and somebody else. We were 4 people. Maybe Tim? No. I don't know. We were there with 4 people. I just can't remember. Maybe Sander was there as well. Sander was Sander, right? Yeah, Sander. So
Or
Hegel,
Sander,
Sander, Max, and
completely
me.
forgettable,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, I was thinking because he's now in Japan. I was like, was he already in Japan then? Yeah. Yeah. So and last year we walked around there and we had some different objectives, but also like, hey, looking like how is hardware there represented, and is this a good opportunity to have a booth there? And the answer was yes. And I think the one thing that convinced us is we were just walking there with Wooting shirts and people ask like, hey, where's your booth? Want to check out your product? Where's your booth? I'm like, we don't have a booth. We don't know. Yeah. So this year we have a booth. It will be in Hall 10, whatever that means. Hall 10. Across the food courts. That's quite nice. So if you want to get a coffee and some food, then yeah. Then,
People with their grubby, greasy fingers can come and play on the keyboards right after they finish lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then with Gamescom, I think the first day it's more like focused more on press and everything. But then the other 4 days are just completely for end consumers, which is very fun. So, definitely come over, check out our products, talk with us. And
it's a great idea to actually get your hands on our keyboards, because that's something, and it was asked here in chat just a moment ago. I wanted to ask you if you guys will ever add your keyboards to retail stores like Micro Centers or other big box stores. And the answer to that is not anytime soon, for a number of reasons. But one of the reasons why we would want to do something like that is so that people can get their hands on and try out our keyboards before they purchase it. Because online only, you don't really have that opportunity, except in events like Gamescom and Computex and those types of things, where we do have our products available and in front of folks to be able to try that.
Yeah.
And according to Raquel, if you're stinky, you cannot come to the booth.
Oh.
So she makes the rules. So
yeah, and she actually is making the rules because this is her party. She's going to organize everything. And so, yeah, if you're stinky, sorry.
So for you gamers, take your monthly shower before Gamescom, not after Gamescom.
Yeah. No, so that's exciting, and we're now in the process of actually brainstorming, like, hey, what do we want to showcase there, and we're going to do some fun interactive things, or whatever, and how does the booth look like and everything, and then Gamescom itself, I'm getting like weekly emails. Hey, did you thought about electricity? Fuck no, I didn't thought about electricity. You need
Magnets comes from the sky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, so we'll be all at Gamescom, and I think for me, Gamescom, I mean, it when I was a little child, I went there. I quite liked it. I haven't been gone there for years because it was always too crowded. But now is the time, right? And I don't know what metrics we put on an event like this. That's something we still have to figure out. So it's also difficult. And then afterwards, right, we could say like, hey, it was a success. Let's do it more often, or never again. Yeah. Oh, and big shout out to last year. Pulse had a very nice big booth there, and I think that also convinced me to get a booth. Yeah, Pulse, fantastic.
You just want our booth to be bigger than their booth? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nah, I mean, their booth was
Not
way
aside,
bigger.
but-
No. They had like an insane. They had an island booth. That means that it was open on all sides, and I think it was maybe 100 square meters, if it wasn't more. It was actually
Twice
very
the size
big.
of my apartment.
Yeah, I mean, our booth is quite a little bit smaller, but it's a first step, and we'll see. And if it's a success, then next year. Yeah. So Gamescom, definitely check it out. But you can also forget about it. We'll probably announce it beforehand before we get there.
Yeah, we'll celebrate it, and I do expect that we'll probably also be present in some capacity in some other minor keyboard meetup type events, because ClackyCon happens a couple of times a year. We try to join at least once.
There will only be one more ClackyCon. I will be attending that, and then ClackyCon is gone in the Netherlands. I think
Really?
I don't know when I don't know when it is, but the next version is it's the last version. Yeah. I don't know if I think yeah. At least that's what they told us. Or maybe we're just not welcome anymore. No. But then in Germany, there's also a meetup organized by GMK. I don't know if we'll attempt that one, but maybe. And then Mechanicon, if that's still.
There were some folks internally who were really interested in going to the GMK event, and I think it would be really cool for us to, especially as it relates to the factory tour. And then also one of our Discord volunteers, Thoughtfather, has been to their US versions of that event and has shared that this is a really interesting place to go.
Yeah, that
Snow wants us to go to a Seoul Keyboard Expo in 2026.
I think that's the biggest in the world, right? The biggest keyboard meetup in the world in Seoul. It's
We should go.
yeah.
I know that there's more than a few folks who are very into Korean dramas in Wooting, so let them live out their fantasies by going to that.
That's true. Yeah. But at least the Z Frontier event in April. Then we have Computex in May, and then in August, I think that's when Gamescom is. Those are the three bigger ones that are now in the pipeline. So exciting. So come and meet us in real life. You could touch us, but at Gamescom, at least take a shower.
The keyboards, not us.
Don't you can touch me as well if you want. That's fine.
Okay, well, that's not going to get clipped.
Okay, and then so events. I mean, it's also quite funny how you grow as a company and things you put priority on. Because if you would have asked me 4 years ago would we ever go to Gamescom, I would be like, fuck no, that's way too expensive and so not worth the money. I mean, you can better use this money that you spend on an event like this to invest in something else, to either grow the company or promote it in a better way. But
I mean, it's practically a full-time person's yearly salary, so that
it is. So it's definitely. I mean, we could probably hire somebody who can do the streams better, I guess. But
oh, we already have that. Where's Sander at? Hey.
Sander. Yeah. No, but it's but it's still it's fun, and it's also because we knew the impact of Computex already, because that's where press is, right, and business and stuff. So that's good. But I think that Sea Frontier event last year also opened our eyes for more of a Chinese market thing that was totally Chinese focused, right? And it just adds, and it's just fun to meet people, right? And you get inspired by them, talk with people. And you know what we should do at Gamescom? We should just have like one moment where we say like, everybody from Discord, just come over and have fun with us. And if you have enough people there, let's say we do it on Friday afternoon at 2.
Everybody throws their switches in the air.
Yes, and if you have a few hundred people, we just look at competitors, we push their booths outside. So if Razer has a booth, we just push it outside.
Yes.
No. This is a joke. I don't want to be planning riots and everything. It's a joke.
It's gonna be like that CS major where people were handcuffing themselves to things on the stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a question here from the chat from Commander GS1. Why Wooting doesn't make pre-builts with Jade switches or TTC switches? And the answer to that is complexity of operations. So the ADHE, using that as a single example, we have 15 different SKUs of the ADHE, and we have that shipping then to 3 different fulfillment centers around the world. Not every SKU goes to every fulfillment center, but nevertheless, we've got that many. If we were to add a pre-built version that has 2 different switch options, so even just like the Lecker L45s and the Lecker L60s, then we would have twice as many SKUs. And then if we do 4 switch options, then that's 4 times as many SKUs. And now all of a sudden we've gone from 15 SKUs up to 60 SKUs. And that gets to be very complex, very difficult.
Yeah.
idea. Looking at updating all of those in Shopify for all 4 stores. Yeah, we have more than 4 stores now too at some other regions.
No, horrible. No, we just like to keep things more simple and streamlined. Plus, we see different. What we try to sort of make a standard what we like and what we think most people like, right? We push that out there. And even with different colors, and the same with switches, I think at some point, especially the aftermarket switch, is more personal preference and taste. It's not that something is inherently better, it's just different. And not everybody likes different, right? It's the same with, most people like black and white, but not that many people like red, pink, green, whatever color. And I think it's quite similar with switch types, right? One switch is loud, one is...
Even more so, because there's so much of a like a crowd mentality, hype following. The switch meta of what is the best switch, that changes more often than some people in our Discord change their underwear. So trying to make a pre-built version that
true.
Is complex.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing I don't think we discussed internally as well, and it's quite funny because now we have the Xeon Raw switches and the TTC switches, right, as well, and also the Jade switches, and we can actually see like you can see where the meta is, and it's like a video game. In the US, there's a totally different meta of what people like about switches than there is in Asia or in Japan or in Europe, and it's so interesting to see. It's the same with League of Legends, right? It's the same stuff, but in every region there's a different meta and there are different tactics being applied.
And you could watch it like travel around the world too as you look at sales. It's really quite interesting to see that kind of visualization data. It's cool stuff. But that cool stuff makes it to forecast what that is going to be 10 months ahead of time, because you have to remember that when we are making a purchasing decision, then that's not going to be in the fulfillment center for 9 to 10 months after that decision is made. So to try to forecast what that meta is going to be that changes in 2 weeks, 10 months ahead of time, that there's no way to win that game.
No. And then we're like, oh, but TTC, we want different spring weights and different colors and different packaging.
Yep. So the way that we address this in general is to try to offer for all of our different keyboards, and the Wooting 2 is a little bit of an exception here, but to offer a module version that doesn't come with switches, and then you can bundle that, usually for a discounted price, to get the switches that you want, the keycaps that you want, and a case that you want, and that is an effective way of allowing all these different options, keeps us more agile, means that we don't have to build up a whole bunch of stock of products that aren't moving or that isn't what people want to purchase, and that is what my recommendation would be for somebody wanting different switches. Can we offer a module only for the Wooting 2 HE? I think that the Wooting 2 HE is long due for a refresh or a recreation. The full-size keyboard is the best size keyboard. I will die on that sword.
Me as well. Yeah, I'm also boomer.
Yeah, numpad is it's too strong. So the current product, no, that isn't something that we're interested in. But if we eventually ever get around to doing a new full-size version, then perhaps having a module version of that is on the table. It's not something that has been discussed to that degree internally. So this is me just throwing things out there. Nothing is concrete in that fashion.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, but full size, best size. I can amen, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think you and I, we're the only ones internally who like full size keyboards, and nobody else cares.
Tony is a strong supporter of the full size gang.
Really? Oh, that's
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's good. I mean, we're growing.
There's a few others who share the mentality, but Tony is really one of the biggest cheerleaders internally for that. So go Tony.
Go Tony, yeah. No, and also the Wooting 2 HE isn't made with module in mind, so it's
It's kind of a pain in the butt to take it apart and put it back together. There's so many standoffs and whatnot. It's not great for that.
Thoughts on a 75% with a volume knob? That's like that horse has been beaten to death. It's insane. If you want a knob, there's 75% out there everywhere. That's the most uninspired. It's even worse than a full size. No. I mean, I think the form factor, it's quite interesting. It's quite nice. I guess I do like an 80 form factor a little bit more. And then with a knob just for volume, is that really? I mean, must be more to it, to a knob, right? I always challenge people, say like, oh, I want a volume knob, a knob. I mean, there must be something better you can do with a knob than just volume, right? I mean, give me the best ideas.
Design, there's people who want that fidelity in control of gradients and that sort of thing. I am not a designer myself, so I've never used those softwares, but that is what I've heard.
As soon as we get like better use cases for knobs, that's when we're gonna maybe at someday make a keyboard with a knob. Yeah. You could press to pause and play. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, let's do it.
And that's a button. That's not a knob.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Anyway, let's show something else, something that everybody can now see, witness, and experience. And one thing that we're working on, I think, let me share my screen here, and hopefully this works and it doesn't. Hello, hey, look at this! It's our website. Right. Hey, it's you and me, Mark, when we were still young and cheerful. So
oh boy.
just make a knob add-on for $50. That's it. Do it. Let's make it, Mark. Knob add-on for 50.
Done.
So
All right.
So with the website, I think we've mentioned at some point doing a live stream beforehand that this year we're slowly going to revamp our whole website. And we have Finn as a product owner, UI UX designer, who has built a very nice website in Figma for whole new design, better flow, better everything without losing the current Wooting spirit. And then we have some developers who implement it, and it's like a whole plan of steps ahead. But last week, the first steps have been made. So with the product overview page, you can see that this is sort of in the new style with new things new switches and cool things. You can hover over it and see a preview of images, which is quite fun. With the sync, with the whole case changes. With the cable, it's also quite fun, quite nice. So the product overview is quite it has.
And finally, for the zinc alloy case, for the raw zinc, we have actual pictures of the product as opposed to idealistic renders.
Here we go. Yeah, the zinc raw. Yeah, good. And this is also a new individual product page. So this is what we call internally like a minor product page, because some pages have like configurates and bigger landing pages, and then we have these pages as well. But it's like everything that I guess the same functionality, the same thing as before, but then in the new coat of paint, and more tabs, more things, and more better. And one thing I really like is how the reviews now look. It's fantastic. It's a very the design. I'm just reading this bad review here. I should. Okay, so
shout out to Nikki who takes care of those and responds to all of the reviews that highlight some kind of concern or trouble.
Exactly. Thanks, Nikki. No, but this is actually fantastic because it sort of is what we have, but then it looks better. The UX makes more sense. There's a little bit more functionality, a little bit more info. Everything looks more tight and nice, and it's very it's very good. And then on top of it, there's a new footer. Wow. Ooh, new footer. And I think Finn designed it and Dylan made this one, and you changed the country to Eric is cool. I mean, you can change it. It's quite funny, but also looks more professional. It has like the real Twitter logo, the X logo now here as well. Discord link. That's quite nice. And on top of that, there's a new menu. Wow, new big menu. Yeah, it's very.
So the idea is with this website redesign is to start to refresh different aspects of the website, kind of one chunk at a time. Yeah. The product pages is an important one. So one of the things that Eric did not show in this is that you can now search for products, which I think is a really cool feature.
Yeah. So here it also has a better sorting system, right? So you can select, let's only show wrist rest, and then it shows all wrist rest. And I guess with all products, there's also a second filter where it's like new to price, high to low, what's expensive, and you can search, for example, for UWU, and then you see everything UWU related, or maybe a switch, and then you see switches and everything that's switch related. And I think the search sort of gets like stuff from the product description as from title and ranks it differently, but that's
looks it from a couple of different places indeed.
Yeah, store dark mode when, I mean, you have the utility exclusively dark mode, so the website is exclusively light mode, so it's like lightness against darkness. Yeah. It's fantastic. That looks bad, to be honest. You look bad. No, everybody to their own. Everybody to their own opinion. But this is, I think it's a big improvement to what we had, and so everybody, check it out. If things are weird or you have feedback, let us know, right? Because that's the only way we can improve and make it better. But in the next couple of months, the website will slowly transition to this new thing. So there will be times where, I don't know, you maybe go through a certain menu streak or certain page browsing things, and the menu sometimes change, sometimes old, sometimes new. That's a little bit annoying, but yeah.
And one of the things that I'm really excited about myself is that the same refresh that we're doing for the website and the storefronts, that is also going to be applied to the Wooting Hub. So there is I guess the best way to describe it is that the Wooting hub hasn't seen a major functionality refresh since like 2021, I think, somewhere around there, maybe 2022. And so it's about time that we present more information in a better way, more direct. Wow, you have a lot of things in your cart. You should buy that. That sounds good.
I should. Yeah, it's a lot, right? No, it's a lot of wrist rests. This is how I test things. That's pretty. Can I get a discount, Mark?
Yes, you can, as long as you use your work email. You can get yourself a nice little discount.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Okay. Discord discount. Yes, exactly. Okay.
So yeah, new website redesign. We're pretty excited about that. We're rolling it out in different phases and different sections. The support wizard is another component of that is seeing a lot of improvements over time as we continue to work through making it more effective, more useful, and more straightforward for our customers.
Yeah, and this is something that I really like, and we never thought about it before, but we can actually do just videos in the product description, so we can do like a sound test in a video, and I think that's just so smart, even though it's so obvious to do. Yeah, but it's quite good. Dark mode would be really good. I mean, yes, yeah, dark mode maybe at some point. Let's first, implement all this, make it all happen, make it all work, and then we'll see if we ever do a dark mode.
It's a nice price for those switches. Got a question here from Bensi. How long will Project Optimum be available? We don't intend to discontinue it anytime soon. The sales for this product have demonstrated that there is interest, and that interest isn't just launch day interest, but also sustained interest over time. So we'll be working towards getting this product in stock, the keycaps and the case both, and we do intend to continue to have it available until such time that people stop buying it, but then you wouldn't be asking about it because you wouldn't be buying it, and so we wouldn't be stocking it. Cam White asks the Project Optimum for the 2HE. Optimum's favorite keyboard is the 60HE, so we created a version of that suits his tastes. He doesn't use the 2HE, so there won't be a Project Optimum for the 2HE. However, we do have ISO keycaps now included in the Optimum keycaps, so that is a thing. That's great. Saw somebody asking earlier about the magnetic wave keycaps in ISO DE. We do have those available in yellow. We don't have them available in other colors, just from a quantity of interest versus the minimum orders requirements for that particular design.
Yeah. Oh, one thing
no
about
fears on it disappearing. It'll stay around for a while.
Yeah. One thing about the website as well, at least what this new system allows us to do, is that we can do better localization. So it's easier for us to translate the website, and because German likes to shop in German language, Chinese people in the Chinese language, and Dutch people in the English language, or Dutch, I don't know. Yeah, but this is something.
But French.
Anything but French, yeah. Translate to any language except French. That's yeah. I see that I placed an order and I was delayed for some reason. Could you help me? I cannot, but if you open a ticket through if you go to wooting.io/support, you can open a ticket there and somebody will get to you soon. Yeah. Hi, 4 or 5 months ago in a live stream like this, I got informed Wooting 8HE would gonna come to Turkey, but I don't see any. Is something changed? I don't think we ship to Turkey now, right? Because of some...
We do ship to Turkey,
oh, we do.
But only with Deutsche Post, not with UPS, because UPS likes to use non-UPS brokers that cost all kinds of storage fees and extra handling fees and this fee and that fee, and so it's a pain in the butt with UPS. So only Deutsche Post is available to Turkey. Also means that the weight restrictions on orders getting placed to Turkey is pretty low, in the sense that you can really only buy one 80HE in zinc to stay under that weight threshold, and that's really the tricky one. We are working on having a method by which B2B purchases can be made to Turkey. There's a lot of moving parts to this, specifically as it relates to customs. So there's no specific time frame on when this will or will not be available. But this is something that we are actively researching, because we know that there is demand for Wooting products in Turkey, but it is a pain in the butt to be importing products into Turkey. It's not a whole lot that could be said on that other than we hear you, and we will be working towards making this more available. So we have I think 3 or 4 different Turkish web shops that are interested in having our products. We're kind of at the moment leaving them on red as it relates to fulfilling their requests and interest in our products, while we work on getting all of the kind of logistics side of things figured out and resolved. So if any of our Turkish resellers are listening to this and are wondering why we haven't been answering the emails on their interest requests, that is why. So we're working on the logistics side of things, making sure that works perfect first before we start sending hundreds of thousands of keyboards that way.
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds or thousands.
Oh.
Hundreds of thousands. That would be a
Everybody in Turkey gets a keyboard.
Yeah. You get
Yeah.
keyboard.
Good. I heard French. Any news on a double shit PBT French layout? I mean, it's
Shot.
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know what the status is, but I think I've seen this. I've seen the set, and I think I approved it. I quite liked it.
Yeah. So it is in production. What that means from a production planning standpoint, it will be in our storefronts probably in about 2 to 3 months. That will be in stock and ready to ship. So I would expect that we will start opening up the ability to purchase it maybe in about a month and a half. Once the production is completed and it's on the boat heading to our fulfillment center, then it will become available for it. It will come in black and it will come in white, so you will have options for that. And then in the meantime, we do have the ABS set of keycaps available. So you can purchase the Wooting keyboard with the ABS keycaps. That's like 10 euros is what that's priced when it's bundled with a keyboard. And then later down the road in a couple of months when we have the PBT available, you can get those as well.
Yeah, and just to... If this went too fast for our French viewers, I had my grades weren't that well with French in middle school, but bonjour, le France clavier danse très moise.
Oh boy.
Au revoir. No, I don't know. Nice French. See, good,
Fantastic.
Aha. Not bad.
One thing that I could also share for our French viewers is that we do offer French language support through our customer service. So we do have somebody in customer service who does speak French a lot better than Eric does.
No.
So if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to reach out in French, and our team will be able to answer that.
Really?
For you as well.
Who speaks French that well?
Yeah, they're in this YouTube chat right now.
Is it you?
I can see the gears turning. No, it is not me.
Is it with the little frog image?
Yes.
Good.
See, Heidi knows.
Bonjour.
She knows what's up.
Bonjour. No, good. No, fantastic. Well, that's great. So if you have any French questions, just put them through the wizard in French, and then somebody will get back to you. At least I know who will get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I have a comment here from Nate Yang saying, "Hello, I'm a custom keyboard designer, and I designed some cool CNC machined cases for the Wooting 60. Do you want to take a look?" I encourage you to post your designs in the keyboard modding channel in our Discord. I'm interested in taking a look, and I know that many others in our community would also be interested. So definitely show them in our Discord, and we'll be happy to share some feedback. Question from Ruber Medina. Is there any update to the pre-built Frost case for the US? At this moment in time, we don't have any plans to create a pre-built version that includes the Frost case. This is something that might be down the road, but at the moment you can purchase the module version and a Frost case, and you can assemble it together. That is, it's not very difficult, but it is a lot of fun to put together a keyboard. So I encourage you to do it that way.
Yeah. Eric, yes. Can you please tell us why you have decided to use OEM profile keycaps instead of cherry style? OEM keycaps are making the keyboard even higher. That's not true. I don't think OEM keycaps make the keyboard higher, because I think the top is still quite similar compared to cherry, because how the stem goes in there. I think I mean, sure, if you put them next to each other on a table, the OEM is higher, but if you install them both on a keyboard, I think the height is exactly the same, so that doesn't matter. But we internally also like cherry profile a little bit more than OEM profile, I would say. You can see it with the 5-sided dice-related keycaps, the wavy keycaps. Those are cherry profile, actually. Why we're still using OEM profile? Like, hey, why are you using OEM profile? Well, because we invested in molds, and we have these at the moment. We're working with this. It takes a whole lot of time to make a lot of molds for different languages and whatnot, but it's definitely something that's in our radar, and it's in our mind and in our heads, and maybe at some point we'll change to cherry or whatever then is more suitable or nice, but yeah. The reason is we just invest in these molds, and yeah, in the end, I mean, it's OEM, even great, cherry profile also quite nice, but it doesn't really lower your keyboard height.
Yeah, and it should be mentioned that that the molds for keycaps are extremely expensive. We're talking at least deep into the 5, if not starting into the 6 figures in cost, and that is something that we need to make a whole lot of keycaps in order to make that worth it. And we have the molds now for OEM, so we're going to use the molds for OEM.
Feels bad. Eric doesn't know I speak French. I mean, feels bad that you don't know that I play Metaphor V Fantasio at the moment. You know, it's you also didn't know, Mark? Oh, I feel bad.
I've been playing Split Fiction. That's been my jam.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Anybody? Yeah. That's a really good game. I do recommend it for those who liked the co-op gaming aspect.
Yeah.
There was only 2 moments where I was forced to use a controller because of bad game design, but for the rest, it is entirely mouse and keyboard capable.
See, Wasabi knows what up, right? Wooting default keycaps are still my favorite for gaming. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But cherry is definitely on our minds, definitely on our radars, and we're definitely exploring options. Yeah.
There was a question from McLucan about, could we get the option to save RGB presets? So looking at then the utility profiles to have just the RGB portion of a profile versus all of the, call it the functional systems, the remapping and the advanced keys and so on and so forth. A redesign or a evolution in how profiles are managed on utility is in the works. Soon TM. I have no idea what the time frame on this is. I do know that that this is something that is interesting to us to really expand on. At the moment, as well, our database of profiles that you can kind of search for, and this is a community-run project. We really do want to bring that in-house and enhance it and augment it. But at the moment, there's no time frame on this other than to say this is something that we're working on. But I know that the software team, specifically as it relates to utility, they have a list from here to Tokyo of things that they want to improve. And I don't think that this is the highest priority. I do know what the highest priority is, but I can't say that at the moment. And it is not this, though it is up there.
Good. Heidi is totally right. Let's do a shameless plug. Everybody, okay, so this is homework for everybody, right? I'm going to share a link. No, I cannot share a link. Go to wooting.io/careers. Find a nice job you like. If you know a neighbor, friend, mother, sister, daughter, husband, nephew, school, teacher, weird acquaintance that you think like, hey, it's a great role for that person, let them send an email. I mean, we have now demand and production planner specialist, whatever that is, digital designer, senior electrical engineer, industrial designer, front-end developers. We cannot have enough developers, right? If you're a developer, just apply. I mean, you probably get a job either way if you just apply as a developer. Mechanical engineer, quality engineer, senior
Have
digital
high
marketing specialist.
don't listen to them.
It's I mean, so many great jobs, and it's the best place to work here, right, at Wooting. And maybe you'll join Mark at one of the live streams in the future, so I can take the Friday afternoon off. No, but that's good. Yeah, definitely go to the website, look at For Career. That's yeah, that's fantastic.
And maybe we could also share that that Wooting has been growing, so we are looking for new people as well. But we've also just been hiring a bunch of people as well. So in the last 2 months, we have gotten 4 new customer service folks onboarded. We've got a new person who's joined the accounting team. We've got somebody new who's joined the logistics team. We've got a new quality engineer who came on board. And then I know that starting over the next 2 weeks, we've got at least 1, if not 2 more people that will be starting. So pretty exciting to join a growing team.
Yeah, and even if you're a UX designer, definitely apply as well. I don't think we're now currently looking for a UX designer, but if we hire more developers, then maybe we need more UX designers, and UX is never bad, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, and if you've got something that you're passionate about, open call is always there. If you see something that you think, man, Wooting just needs to fix this because it's a big problem in what they're doing, apply for the open call. We're open to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a comment here from Christian about their keyboards are north-facing LEDs. That's why we use OEM profile instead of cherry, because there would be interferences with the switch and the keycaps. That is actually a misnomer. That used to be the case with cherry keycaps, that there would be compatibility issues with south-facing LEDs. That is no longer the case for the overwhelming vast majority of cherry keycaps. There are individual sets, tends towards those sets that maybe are lower quality or have a higher range of manufacturing tolerances, that there can be some interference or compatibility issues, but this is like less than 1% of sets that are out there, and really only the either the very old ones or like I said, lower quality or higher tolerance range keycaps. Is there a reason on why the ADHD, the only options for polling rate are 1000 hertz and 8000 hertz, but not anything in between? Yes, there's absolutely a reason for that, and that there is no reason to do anything in between. So for mice, you have this concern where the CPU has to do a lot of real-time calculations to understand the relative position of the mouse pointer. That is not the case on keyboards, because we send an absolute position of what the switch is at. So there's no calculation necessary. And then actually what you are changing, the difference then in the polling rate, is USB full speed versus USB high speed. And if you are going to use USB high speed, then you might as well do 8K. There's no functional benefit to doing high speed but 4K or high speed but 2K. And so for simplicity's sake, we only have the USB full speed or USB high speed.
It's so dumb that we don't have anything in between.
There's no reason to.
No, but I mean, it would be a nice Easter egg to have like 1337, right? It's epic. You can't get more epic gamer than this. It's not too fast, not too slow. It's right nice in between. It's perfect.
No, Tony, I do not want to start as a firmware dev at Wooting. Although I did learn about something really hilarious recently, which is vibe coding. It's if you haven't heard about vibe coding, I definitely encourage you to check it out, because it is a ridiculously hilarious concept that even your grandmother could be vibe coding right now, and you wouldn't even know it.
I want to vibe code. That sounds like my thing.
Right? It's so chill. Perfect.
I mean,
hi, you wanna?
I mean, in the early days of Wooting, I did some CSS in utility and some coding things, and Logic I was like horrible at. I could only like copy paste thing. But these days I think I would be able to manage it, because I have my brother ChatGPT. You can just ask him like, hey, can you write? So like, hey, sure, here you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do we need developers?
I can do some HTML formatting myself. I'm practically a coder.
Okay, good. Hey, let's let's sort of round the stream down because I'm done for today. Now I still need to do some other things. Let's vibe it down. Let's put some vibe questions, some easy vibe questions. Nothing too serious, nothing too crazy.
I've got a question for you, Eric. What
Okay.
games have you been playing recently?
I told you, Metaphor, Refantasio. That's the only thing I've been playing. Yeah, it's a JRPG from Altus. Like, are you familiar with Persona 5? Ever heard of it? Also, like with
It rings a bell, but not a very loud one.
yeah, it's I think like the exact same game, but then in a fantasy setting, a little bit different. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Nice.
yeah, and I play it only on a Steam Deck because I'm a dad, and in the evening I'm just tired, so I can only lay on the couch and look at Steam Deck. Yeah. I tried some CS2 over the winter. I'm not that good. I'm not that good. Yeah.
The only first-person shooter I play these days is Left 4 Dead 2.
Still, you still play it?
Yeah, absolutely. Such a good game. There was a question here, an actual question about no additional news on the White Zinc Alloy Case 2.0. The news is that the separate cases, which is the first kind of set of this version to get completed in manufacturing, those are en route to our fulfillment centers. We do expect to start shipping orders the very start of April. I think April 2nd is what our forecasts say. Don't quote me on that quite yet. It's a Friday afternoon. Dates are tough. But so the separate cases are going to be done first, and then after that we'll have the ISO and GIST pre-built versions in our EU fulfillment center the second or third week of April. Then towards the end of April we will have the ANSI US versions in both the US and the EU and the Hong Kong fulfillment centers as well. So these will be available starting in sometime in April, different rollouts for different versions. And then once they are in our fulfillment centers and ready to ship to customers, then first we will be shipping out the existing pre-orders. There are folks who have been waiting literally a year for their keyboard. And so those folks are going to get shipped out first before we open up sales for new orders. And then once those are out the door, then we will be allowing for new purchases of the White Zinc.
Exactly. Good. And then that story is closed finally. Ha. It haunts me every night. Sometimes I wake up at 3 night like, oh, Zinc fine. Yeah, it's
just little hippio words are just echoing around in your brain.
Yeah, no. I see a lot of 1vs1, a lot of trash talking. I mean, good luck, Wooting employees. I mean, find it out either in Valorant or CS2.
I will 1v1 anybody in Left 4 Dead 2. Shake off back to my semi-pro days of that game. Let's go.
There's only one game I think I'm the best in the world, and that's Crash Team Racing. Nobody has ever beaten me. I let Simon. So once during Wootup, I let Simon win, but that was about it. But I've never been really beaten.
Let him win. Okay, I know how competitive you are. You didn't let anybody win.
Such a sore loser. No,
Lance is calling you out now too.
No, I've only lost one match in my life, and that was against Simon. But yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to round it up for today. Thank you, everybody, for your time, your attendance, your attention, and your questions. It was a good stream.
Oh, and, so Heidi, you're now betting on. Okay, so if we do Woodstock this year, right? We're gonna do a Crash Team Racing competition, and then you can bet who's gonna win. That's good. I like it.
It's on now.
It's on now. We should live stream it. It's like Norway versus Sweden, right? Who will win? Okay. What? Oh, Simon! No, Simon.
My money's on Simon too.
No.
Kang's gonna get the PC ready. All right, cool. We're doing it. Taiwan. Let's go. October. Let's rock and roll.
Okay, everybody.
We got 6 months to train.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice... Oh, wait, I have to close down the stream.
Okay.